The problem that you're going through right now is not permanent. I was going through some stuff today, and what I've noticed in myself is that, like most people, when everything is going right, I'm good, man. All my habits, I'm consistent, I'm handling everything. But then when things aren't going right and things are starting to mess up for me, then that's when the challenge actually comes for me to stay consistent. It's real easy to be consistent when everything's going okay. It's not easy to be consistent when things aren't going okay. And so the question is, what do you do when things aren't going well for you? When problems come, does it throw you off? Are you in a good mood when things are okay, but a bad mood when things aren't okay? Are you in a good mood when God's blessing you, but a bad mood when things are against you? Are you in a you handle your habits of discipline and you stay consistent and you do exactly what you're supposed to do and you live a disciplined life, but then when the people around you are off a little bit, does that throw you off? See, anybody can be consistent when everything's going well. Anybody can be consistent when everything's going right. Anybody can be consistent and have habits of discipline when all the odds are in their favor. But what about when nothing is going your way? How do you handle it then? Because a man who's disciplined, a man who has his act together, and a woman too for that matter, they live by habits of discipline even more so when things aren't going your way. See, the trick is when things aren't going your way to buckle down even tighter, because the problem is not permanent. Whatever you're going through right now is not permanent, but your habits of discipline, you being consistent with who you're supposed to be, with what you're supposed to do, that is supposed to be permanent. And if the only time that you can be consistent and be disciplined is when things are going the way that you want them to go, that's not going to work out, because things are never going to go the way you want them to go. They'll go the way that you want for a short time period, and then that's it. They stop going the way that you want them to go. So what is it in your life that you're allowing to get in the way of who God wants you to be consistently? Someone's smoking weed around here. I can smell it. I'm in the RV park. Someone's out here smoking. Anyway, who is it that God wants you to be consistently? Who is it that God wants you to be every day? Who is it that you set out to be, the person that you're building? And do you waver when things don't go your way? Do you fall apart when the odds are against you? When things that you thought were in the past come back to haunt you, do you crumble? Or do you stand even stronger than ever before? I know what it's like to fall apart under pressure. That's why you have to build that person every day ahead of time. You have to live by discipline every day ahead of time. You have to have the right habits of the right blueprint ahead of time, so that way when the problems come, you're already ready. You were expecting it. And man, not only are you not going to slow down, you're not going to be thrown off base. What's going to happen is you're going to go even harder than ever before. The devil's attacks on your life, that's not going to do anything to you. You knew it was coming. You were ready for this. That's what this habits of discipline that I talk about when I talk about living a disciplined life. When I talk about having the right blueprint on your life, this is what I'm talking about. Because the more you try to do in life, the higher you try to climb, the more you try to accomplish, the more you try to build yourself, the more your enemy is going to attack you. If you can't handle the attacks, then stop trying to grow. If you can't handle the problems, then stop trying to level up. If you can't handle the stress without falling apart and being thrown off balance, then stop saying that you're going to do all this and be all this and build all this. Just settle for being status quo. Stay down there with billions of average people. Stop trying to rise up and stay where you are. If that's really who you want to be. But if you want to grow, if you want to level up, if you want to rise up above all the nonsense and the noise and the subjection that everybody else lives under, then it's time you weather the storm like a champion. And a champion knows who they are, knows what they're doing, and they know why they're doing it every single day so that nothing throws them off. Nothing. That's the key.